Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Municipal officials in Lloydminster had a busy few days as they undertook an emergency management training exercise by simulating an emergency situation.
In any incident, the safety and well-being of our residents and anyone that is visiting our community is always top priority.
The scenario revolved around a fictional flood taking place in the border city. On day one, regional partners took the lead in organizing command structures and coordinating resources, while internal city staff took charge the following day. The goal of the training is to work collaboratively and find gaps in possible response in the event of a real-life emergency.
Getting some, kind of exercises in so that everybody's comfortable when we are called upon, if we need to enact it. As well, a lot of, sometimes we're seeing city staff are going to other municipalities and helping them through emergencies and disasters. So just whenever we're called upon by ourselves or regional partners, we're ready to do so.
The city is pleased with this week's exercise and has plans for further training, emergency training later this spring, and we'll have an inside look at the two-day training exercise next week on Primetime Local News. Border Paws Animal Shelter held their annual general meeting yesterday, where their new building was the hot topic of the evening. Abby St. John has more.
I'm happy to be joined here today with Candice Lechterman from Border Paws Animal Shelter. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, usually I'm in on Tuesdays to do a pet project, but yesterday on Thursday, you held a AGM, your annual general meeting. Tell me how that went and kind of some of the key details from it.
We had a great turnout. We had a lot of people show up, and they got to tour the shelter afterwards, have some cookies and chat and see what's happening. We got to honor 10 of our volunteer individuals and groups. So that was amazing. I loved having everyone there, and we appreciate everybody's help so much. We can't do it without them. So
that's awesome. And now you hold this meeting every year. What are kind of some of the things that you talk the most about, or what are some of the key issues that were brought up by somebody who may have shown up to ask a question or something like that?
I think this year a lot of people are just interested in the new building, on how things are going, and it's great because our construction crews and companies, all the ones involved with this, are doing amazing, and they're working so hard to get us in there, and we're so excited and thankful for them.
Yes, for sure. And it's a long time coming too. The plans for the new building have been in the works forever. There's been a few delays. Do you have any updates on when you guys are moving, or kind of when the building process will be finished?
They're working as hard as they can to get us in there as quickly as possible. So hopefully soon. So I don't have an exact date yet, but of course you guys will be the first to know.
Of course, I'm very excited. I haven't seen the new building, but I am so excited to see the finished product, and it's a long time coming, and Border Paws really needs it. I think that's the key thing to come out of this is you guys desperately need a new building. The one you guys are in, you've been in for a very, very long time. So tell me a little bit about what you guys are looking forward to most about moving into the new building.
We've got a lot more space. It's more open. It's more user friendly for everyone coming, for volunteers, anyone who wants to come see adoptables. And our disease management will be so much easier because every room is separate. So we can keep things really clean and up on top of everything so much easier. And thank you so much to the community for making this happen.
Of course. And, I think the community has been a huge supporter with Border Paws. It just goes to show with the events that you hold constantly, you're selling out, there's a ton of adoptions in your adoption events that you hold at PetSmart and other places. So you guys are doing a fantastic job promoting yourselves and getting community involved. I think that's the biggest thing, especially since you went from being an SPCA to a Border Paws animal shelter. Now, if anybody missed the AGM meeting and they're kind of curious on, what was brought up, or if they have any inquiries to bring forward, how can they do so?
We will be posting our annual general report on our website as soon as we can get that uploaded. And then if they have any questions, you can always reach out to the shelter, email us at any time. We're happy to answer any questions you have. And if you've got fundraiser ideas, always let me know because I love doing them. Everything helps, right? So, and if you have any suggestions, comments, just let us know.
And is there anything else that you would like to add that I may have missed in my questions?
We do have 4 rooms still left to sponsor, so if anyone's just interested in that, we are always looking for extra people to, sponsor a room. And we do have dog and cat kennels and critter kennels up for purchase too.
And if they'd like to purchase one or sponsor, how can they do so?
They can reach out through, if you go on our website under new shelter, all the links are there to sponsor a room, sponsor any of the kennels. It goes directly to me, so I can get that all organized for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super excited for you guys to move into your new building and get that kind of ball rolling to start moving. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me again.
Now we saw a nice day here in Lloydminster and around the region, but let's check in with Shelby Clark to see what's in store for our weekend, because I'm hearing there may be snow.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jace Mackey. Yes, now taking a first look at your weather forecast here for our Friday TGIF. Everybody out there, I think everyone's feeling the same way. Glad to see the weekend is finally here. We are just sitting at -1 with the wind chill feeling around -7, so not looking too bad. If you stepped outside whatsoever, it's actually very nice. Seeing a lot more sun peeking behind those clouds compared to what we were looking at yesterday, of course. So seeing quite a beautiful day today indeed. Hopefully everybody is enjoying it. Switching over to temperatures across the region for Alberta and Saskatchewan. On the Alberta side, most spots at that 0 to 1 degree mark. So some are, of course, seeing those plus temperatures, while others are looking slightly cooler. -1 in St. Paul, while it's -3 in Vegreville. So Vegreville seems to be seeing the coolest condition on this side. 4 degrees up in Cold Lake, as well as over in Edmonton, as they are seeing the warmest conditions, and it is that 3-degree mark up in Lac La Biche. So not looking too bad on our Alberta side, as we are kind of getting back into those plus digits. Going over to our Saskatchewan side, they are kind of matching with us with those conditions on our Alberta side. Most are just sitting around that 1 to 2 degree point in most areas. Then we have some that are slightly cooler. -1 for St. Walburg and down in Macklin, -2 in Maidstone. And the coolest we are seeing on our Saskatchewan side there is North Battleford with -3. And then throughout the night tonight, they will be going out to a low of -10, so they will be hitting those double digits for their evening low, but of course they won't be seeing any high chances of some flurries as they head into the weekend, which will be a pretty calm night. Then for their Saturday, North Battleford will be looking at that 0 mark for their daytime high, but they won't be seeing as much sun peeking behind those clouds as what they are seeing today, unfortunately. So it will be kind of gloomy tomorrow, but at least it will warm up. Cold Lake will be going out to low of -7, so seeing that nice single digit for their evening low temperature. They will be seeing a mainly clear night, not even too much cloudier conditions. And then for their Saturday, Cold Lake will be expecting a beautiful day. They will be seeing that 3-degree mark for their daytime high, so that plus temperature, and they will be seeing a lot more sun later on in the afternoon. They won't be seeing as much in the morning, but throughout the afternoon around 12, 1 p.m., they will be seeing a much more sunnier day, so that will be a beautiful Saturday for Cold Lake indeed. And for us here in the Border City, we will be going now to low of -9, so we will be seeing that single digit, which will be nice. We will be seeing some cloudier conditions, but we won't be seeing a high chance of some flurries, so it'll be quite calm tonight. And then for our Saturday, us here in the Border City, we will be hitting that 1-degree mark, so seeing that plus temperature once again, although we will be seeing some cloudy conditions, but we won't be seeing a high chance of some flurries. So no worries to everybody out there, and to you, Jace, asking. We won't be seeing any flurries tomorrow. Hopefully that doesn't switch up, make me look like a liar. We'll see. All right, now ending off the look at your 3-day forecast here. We will be looking at that for tomorrow on our Saturday, but then boom, we will be expecting to see some afternoon snow Sunday. So sorry. Almost made it through the weekend without it, but we will be seeing a 70% chance on Sunday, and as we head into next week, starting on Monday, we will be seeing that 0 mark, so that'll be nice. We will be expecting a much nicer week next week for us here in the border city. And that's all I have for now for a first look at your weather forecast.
We'll take what we can get there, Shelby. After the break, though, Saskatchewan officials react to the possibility of changes to RCMP training. Spring is here and people are looking to get outdoors. The program Couch to 5K is taking people from doing almost no running to becoming a 5K champ. Zach Kenny brings us more.
So today I'm here with Carrie Mays talking about the upcoming Couch to 5K program. So Carrie, do you want to tell us just a little bit more about what this Couch to 5K program actually is?
Hi, Zach. Yes, thank you for reaching out to talk about this. The Couch to 5K event is a completely free 9-week program that we put on for community members. We've been running this program for several years now and have made some beautiful friendships throughout the program ourselves, as well as others who have expressed the same feeling that they've been able to experience the community, connect with others, made some wonderful friendships, and also learned about some of the path systems that they weren't aware of within our city. At 6 o'clock every Wednesday we join, and anyone is welcome to pop in and join with us. We have walkers, we have runners, we have people just learning to run. We have people who have been active in the past and just want to get back into it. And we have people that come out that do a 8K run, 10K run. We have another group of people that are well-known triathletes in the community and attack the paths as well in a 10K program on that Wednesday evening. So there really is a place for everyone, but specifically the Couch to 5K program, we are here to just help support and encourage people to come out and enjoy our community.
Can you tell us a little bit about how this program would change lifestyles as well, going from nothing to running 5K?
How it changes lives is it's an accountability group. So most people, especially this time of year, are just craving the outdoors and to get outside and be active again. And this is a real safe way to do it. We're in a group of people. You make some fabulous friendships. We have people who, myself as well, I found running through grief. We've had similar experiences with that. So where it just pulls you out of a depression. And through running, you get to hear the birds sing again, and it just changes that mindset, which is beautiful to see in people. And when you have a community supporting you and cheering you on and accomplishing goals, and it doesn't matter how fast or how far you're going, it's just a matter of you got off the couch, you came out today, congratulations, we love seeing you.
And can you tell us a little bit about when the actual activity portion of the program begins?
Yeah, the activity is actually going to start on Wednesday, 6 p.m. We meet in front of the BioClean pool entrance there. And you'll see us every Wednesday at 6 p.m. from here on out until it's a 9-week program that leads right up to the Titanium Half Marathon that's put on in June 10th by the Lloydminster Runners. And this program is perfect for that because you can choose to make an event like that as a goal as well. So it's always fun to put that on the bucket list. It's a great environment. You get medals, and it's just such a fun environment to end the program with. So that's why we also choose.
Where can people register for this program if they need to?
Yeah, you definitely can walk in. We originally asked for registration just to see how many people were going to come out for the introductory night. And it's a good idea to sign up if you're wanting some information in regards to the app that we use. And then you're welcome to get our contacts. We have several coaches that kind of lead the program, and we would share our contacts with you if you have specific questions for running. None of us are experts in it. We're just here. We have a ton of experience in running. We have everything from ultra runners, triathletes, Ironman athletes, myself as a marathoner and ultra marathoner. So we've had a lot of experience within our group, so we can answer some pretty common questions.
Thank you, Carrie. Is there anything else that you would like to bring up that I just haven't brought up in our conversation so far?
Not that I can think of. Really, this program is just a great way to meet some community. So if you're someone who's new to Lloydminster and looking forward to meeting some people, we have young people, we have older people, we have people who come out and walk as well. You don't have to register, like I said before. You're welcome to just pop by, see what it's like. And if it's something you want to commit to every Wednesday, you're welcome to. If you can only come out here and there, you're welcome to as well. If you go to Facebook, Instagram is really popular for the Lloydminster Runners page. You will also see other community members who are active within our community, and we'll often post, hey, I'm going for a run on Saturday. Does anybody want to join me? Or I'm going for a walk on this day. Do you want to join me? So those two social boards are great to also connect with people who are active within our community.
And thank you again for the information, Carrie. It was great to have you on.
Okay, awesome, Zach. Thank you for taking the time today.
All right, now let's check in once again with Shelby Clark for another look at weather.
Thanks so much again there, Mr. Jays Mackey. Yes, now taking another extended look at your weather forecast. We'll be starting off with our central zone of the provinces, and we are seeing quite a switch up today than what we have been seeing for the past few days. Of course, we have been seeing it drop and, bring it back up, but now for today on our Alberta side, we're all seeing those nice plus temperatures, and even one of these spots are seeing those double digits with that 10-degree mark in Edson. We have some that are a bit closer with 7 and 8 degrees for Whitecourt and Jasper, 6 degrees over there in Rocky Mountain House, and the rest are seeing between 2 to 4 degrees on our Alberta side. So I'd say we are seeing some beautiful conditions for our Alberta side today. Switching over to our Saskatchewan side, they are still continuing that cool streak there compared to our Alberta side especially. They are all seeing those minuses for the most part, except for, of course, here in the border city and Meadow Lake, as we are still sitting at that 0 mark, and Meadow Lake is just hitting 2 degrees. The rest are seeing those minuses. -1 in Saskatoon, while most are just seeing around -1 and 2, and then we have that -3 there in North Battleford. So looking slightly cooler for sure on our Saskatchewan side, but at least we aren't seeing those extreme cold warnings in place or whatnot. We're starting to kind of get more into the spring season and see some of those temperatures start to warm up. Going over to our northern zone now, on our Saskatchewan side, they have been kind of seeing the same conditions each day throughout the week. They haven't been seeing too much cooler or too much warmer than what they have been sitting at. We are seeing some with those plus temperatures with 2 to 3 degrees for La Loche, Buffalo Narrows, and Flin Flon. We have that -6 there in South End, while it's also -6 up in Union City. And then Stony Rapids and Wollaston Lake are looking the coolest, as they are getting slightly closer to those double digits at -9 degrees. So they are looking slightly cooler, but at least they aren't all hitting those double digits right now. Switching back over to our Alberta side here in our northern zone, these spots here have been seeing some warmer conditions compared to the rest of these areas, and they have warmed up quite a bit for today, as they are kind of matching with us more in our central zone. 4 degrees for Peace River and Grand Prairie, while Slave Lake is seeing the best condition there with 7. 2 degrees there in Fort McMurray, and High Level in Fort Chipewyan are still continuing some cooler conditions with -1 in High Level and -5 there in Fort Chipewyan. But now as we go over to our southern zone, they are definitely seeing the nicest conditions on our Alberta side for sure. Coronation continues to see some slightly cooler conditions with -2, but the rest have warmed up quite a bit from what they have been seeing throughout the week, especially for Lethbridge and Calgary. They're at 10 and 11 degrees as they are hitting those double digits. We got Medicine Hat just at 9, and Banff is not too far off with just 5 degrees. So looking quite beautiful on our Alberta side in this zone for sure. Going back over to our Saskatchewan side here in our southern zone, they are looking kind of the same as what they have been seeing yesterday, especially for Estevan as they continue to see that -5 degree point. -3 in Regina, while it is -2 over in Yorkton. The most spots are just sitting around -1 for Kindersley and Swift Current. And then we have Moose Jaw seeing the nicest conditions compared to the rest with that 1 degree mark. So they are mostly seeing those minus areas, of course, once again, as they have been seeing that throughout the week on this side. But you know, still seeing those single digits isn't too bad whatsoever. They aren't quite hitting those minus double digits, and I'd say we are still seeing some nice, beautiful conditions. Now looking at some overnight temperatures we will be seeing in our surrounding areas, and as we head into the weekend for our Friday night, most spots will be seeing those single digits, which is really nice for our evening low temperature. Provost, Isla Cross, Paradise Hill, all expecting that low of -8, a low of -7 expected for Bonnyville tonight, and Meadow Lake is the only double digit expected with a low of -11. So I would say a beautiful night is ahead for our surrounding areas and across the region for tonight, as we are seeing those single digits and not a high chance of flurries either, which will be a nice break, and we get to see a nice calm night. Looking at our hourly forecast for our Saturday here in the border city, we'll be starting off quite cool with around -9, but as we go through the day into mid-afternoon, we will be hitting that 0 mark and possibly that +1 mark as we go through the day into our mid-afternoon. So we will be seeing a beautiful day tomorrow, and then we will just be cooling down to around -2, -4 degrees tomorrow night as we head into our Sunday. So don't worry, we will be seeing a beautiful Saturday here in the border city, and I would say even though we won't be expecting too much sun, at least we will be seeing a beautiful temperature. That's all I have for now. RJ's Mackey will have more news coming up for you after the break.
Hi, I'm Callan Dunlop with Primetime Local News, and today I'm joined by Linnell, who is the president of the Connect Club of Lloydminster. And to start, could you just explain what the Connect Club is?
Sure. It's a nonprofit group of local women who raise money to help serve the community's greatest need is our slogan. And so that means that we can help out other nonprofits in the community and give back as well by doing things such as the Easter extravaganza this weekend.
Can you give a little insight into what the Easter extravaganza is?
So we're hosting a pancake breakfast with the Easter Bunny at the Olive Tree in conjunction with the Downtown Area Redevelopment Committee. And it's going to be from 9 a.m. until noon on Saturday, April 1st. And you can come on down and have some pancakes. And we're going to have coloring pages and egg decorating and pictures with the Easter Bunny as well.
Can you speak to the planning and some of the history regarding this event?
Before COVID, we had a Easter event that we did that was more along the lines of the decorating side of things and just kind of a fun afternoon for the family. But this year we're adding in the pancake breakfast portion of it. We used to do a pancake breakfast around Christmas time. And so we decided to incorporate that this year into this event.
For the Connect Club and its future, what are you guys planning for the rest of the year?
Well, we are hoping to get our local Love Local gift card draw going again in the next month or two here as well. So that's a fun little draw for local gift cards, as well as we are doing taking part. We have a couple of members taking part in a CF fundraiser on the 15th of April, and that's Take Your Breath Away, and it's a polar dip. So they're since CF is one of our big national partners, we like to be able to raise as much money as we can for them. So that's kind of an exciting event that we have coming up. And then we're hoping to host our ladies' nights again in the fall.
Are there any last points you'd like to make just to the general public?
If you're interested at all in becoming a member, what we're all about, feel free to get in touch with us on our Facebook page or by email, and we'll get back to you, and that would be awesome.
Well, that covers everything that I wanted to say. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you for getting in touch with us, Callan. It's been great.
You can get ready for Easter by stopping by the Olive Tree. You're going to find an incredible array of Easter items to decorate your home. And coming up tomorrow, you'll really be able to get into the spirit. They're teaming up with the Connect Club of Lloydminster to host Easter Extravaganza. It gets underway at 9 a.m. and it's going to feature a pancake breakfast, Easter egg decorating, and pictures with the Easter Bunny. So make sure you're wearing your finest tomorrow when you head down to the Olive Tree. Coming up tomorrow night, it's going to be such a fun night in Marwayne. It's the 11th annual PBR. You get to see some incredible cowboys riding some pretty impressive bulls tomorrow night. Doors are going to open at 5 o'clock and the evening gets started with wild pony races at 6:30, then the PBR at 7. And after you've seen these incredible cowboys, you can dance the night away to some live music from the Prairie Dogs. It's going to be a fun night out. Tickets are available at the door, $30 each, 12 and under. They'll get in for free. For this event, all proceeds go to the Marwayne Arena. And the entire family is invited out to the Milliton Community Hall coming up tomorrow night for their Spring Fling family dance. Things get underway at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening, an evening full of fun and dancing. Well, whatever you choose to do this weekend, we hope you stay safe and stay healthy.
What's Happening is brought to you by Northern Factory Workwear, Circle Drive East, Saskatoon, and Highway 17 South, Lloydminster.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Joining us today for this week's entertainment panel is, of course, Abby St. John. Totally forgot to mix up the starting point there, but that's okay.
Well, we might have a new one next week if we remember.
Yeah, if we remember to do that, we'll switch it up next week for the opening.
It's always going to be us. It's always
yeah, of course. That can never, get screwed up or mixed up. It always has to be us. We are the OGs for the panel.
Of course.
And it has to stay the same. But yes, thank you so much for joining us today, Abby. We got some good stuff on the go. And this is really good to hear, especially starting off with Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And is now certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. And they got great scores so far. And it's really nice to see that, it kind of seems like, some good action and, of course, a comedy. And, sometimes it's like, who knows if it's a hit or miss? Like, if it's going to be good, if it's going to be bad, it might be, like, cringy. But seeing the score so far, seems like it's a good one.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge.
And I think that's fantastic, especially for this movie, because Dungeons and Dragons have been around since the early to mid 70s. So you have generations of fans of this game who has played, who has spent hours and days, even weeks, creating campaigns and enjoying it with their friends and playing. Dungeons and Dragons have been a part of so many people's lives that this movie really needed to hit because you had such a huge fan base who plays the game, who makes their own characters, who fights with their own characters. It was super important for them to really hit home with this movie, and they have done that. And the movie has just officially been released today. So the previews for it have garnered a lot of recognition from fans, 92% on Rotten Tomatoes for just the audience scores. And that's impressive since the movie, you know, the preview for it had only been a couple days. And it's only being officially released today. 89% critic rating, and it's certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, which is amazing to see. The cast is spectacular. You got Chris Pine, Michelle Rodriguez, Reggie-Jean Page, Justice Jesse Smith, and Sophia Lillis. You got a great cast, and I obviously, from the ratings so far, they clearly work well together and they have good chemistry. And just seeing the trailer for it, it looks really, really good. I think people are going to realize, you know, how good it was. They were a little, you know, hesitant at first with it, but I think now seeing the reviews from the critics and audiences, it's going to get more people going to see this movie and get more excited about it, I think.
Yeah, seems like it's a really good comedy and good action, and like you said, like how long Dungeons and Dragons has been around. I think a lot of fans are going to be really excited to see that, you know, they actually have a movie that represents the game well and all that, you know? That's really good to see when you kind of get that like adaptation and movie form of like something you really love, like, you know, a video game or kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, like a board game kind of thing. And all of a sudden you're like, oh wow, they actually did a really great job representing that game. So hopefully a lot of people, you know, that maybe they could see both, you know, go D&D and John Wick another time.
Exactly.
Who knows, mix it up, just do a weekend of both movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we also got a first look at another project that's going to be coming up on your birthday to you. So a few months from now, but still, we got a nice first look, and this is a stacked casting for this, and it is called Asteroid City. Of course, we have Tom Hanks, Scarlett Johansson, we got Steve Carell, so many more to name. But that's just even just from the first look of what we kind of saw for photos that online they're really posting about. But you know, it's a stacked movie, and it seems a bit, I have no idea what this movie's even about, but it seems interesting.
You're not here. We're not there. The car exploded. Come get the girls. I have to stay here with Woodrow. I'm not the chauffeur. I'm the grandfather. Where are you? Asteroid City, Farm Route 6, mile 75.
It's a Wes Anderson movie, so you have to go in with it. You know, it's going to be a little bit weird and out there. He is definitely known for his eccentric and unique visual and storytelling and narrative. He does, but a lot of it has to do with grief, loss of innocence, and dysfunctional families, and I think that's who Wes Anderson is, and he's been successful with it so far. And yeah, like you said, stacked cast. It's so stacked that only a few of them made it into the trailer, into the first trailer. So a couple people that you didn't mention, Bryan Cranston, Willem Dafoe, Adrian Brody, Ed Norton, Jeff Goldblum, Tilda Swinton, Maya Hawke, Margot Robbie, Sophia Lillis, they're all in this movie. Stacked cast. And a lot of Wes Anderson movies are a stacked cast. They do have a lot of, you know, well-known actors and actresses, and I think that goes to show just how talented he is and how much people really want to work with him. Because his movies are very unique and they're very out there, you know, very colorful in a lot of them. Sometimes it's a little bit muted, but for the most part, it is very colorful, very unique, and yeah, it is weird. But like you said, I don't really know what it's about either. From what I gathered from the trailer, it takes place in a town called Asteroid City, where an asteroid had hit the town thousands, maybe even millions of years prior, and they celebrate Asteroid Day. It's a town full of stargazers, but you find out that they're very behind in the science of astronomy.
But like, you know, some people say when they have a stacked cast like that, sometimes it doesn't always work out. It's just all these A-list, B-list celebrities, and it's what's the plot of this movie. So
yeah, exactly.
Hopefully it's a good one, and I think it's going to be interesting. Hopefully we'll get some more information on it soon, and we'll be able to talk about this one more time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but that's all the time we have for this week's entertainment panel. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today, Abby.
Of course.
And that's all the time we have for this edition of Primetime Local News on this Friday night. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again on Monday.